Hi, welcome to the Times-Herald Record Craft Corner. I'm Amy Berkowitz, and I write the craft column every Thursday in the Times-Herald Record. Today I have French memo boards for a kid going off to college would like to keep some reminder notes and some pictures in. They're called French memo boards. What they are is a combination of ribbon and different decorations. This one is going to be made like a t-shirt. It's very simple and also very inexpensive. Most French memo boards are very expensive. They can range from $10, $15, $20 depending on how big they are. And they can even cost even more than that. But they're very easy to make, and I can make it probably for about $5 to $8. Most of the items you can get in the craft shop or in the dollar store. You can get everything in the dollar store actually, with the exception of a canvas. So if you can't get the canvas at a craft store, you can also use a regular frame that you would get in any dollar store, like an 8x11. And you would just glue some cork board on it, and that's where you're going to be able to stick things on. So let's start, and I'm going to show you how you can do different themes for different people. You could do it according to their favorite team, their favorite hobby, or even their favorite occupation to be. So that'll be a nice graduation gift from high school into college. You can also do this for a kid's room as well. So let's start. We've just got a plain t-shirt, and for the 12 by 16 canvas that you may use, or an 8 by 11 frame, you just get the smallest, like an extra small t-shirt that you can get at a dollar store, and you would slide it over, and the first thing you would do is glue the corkboard to the frame or to the canvas. Then you would get, in the dollar store you can get where the frames are located, a little kit, and these are kits that you use to hang a picture, but all you're going to need in there is the wire for this project and the little eyelets that they have in there, and they look like screws with an eyelet on top. And what you would do is start it pressing hard on it. If it's a canvas, it's going to be very easy to do, and if it's a frame, you might need the help of a little hammer. And you get it started, and then you ease it in by twisting it. This is so that you can hang it in the end. Okay? Once 3 of them are in, then you have the glued corkboard on there, and you slide the t-shirt over it. Okay, this one fits pretty good. There isn't a lot of excess. You're going to need thumbtacks for this project, and that's going to be the big thing. So you're going to fit it according to the thumbtacks. So you switch this over on the back, and you won't see any of this because it'll be hanging on your wall. But you're going to fit it accordingly and try to get it into where the corkboard is. So you're just going to, like you're fitting an outfit here, like you would be if you were a seamstress, you'd be using pins, but here we would be using thumbtacks, and you're going to leave them in so that they stay taut. Okay, and you do the same for the other side, and you're going to want to also fold up the bottom part as well so that it becomes part of the frame. See? So it becomes part of the frame. Okay. And in this case, what I did on this side, this was much longer because the canvas is a little bit longer than the frame. So what I did, instead of using a lot of these thumbtacks, I took the flat part of the scissor here and I tucked the rest of the excess material inside the canvas frame. and it won't come out. You just want it to be as tight as possible before you put the ribbon on. So now we're going to put the ribbon on. And you could choose whatever ribbon. I do believe that thin ribbon is easier to use, especially if you're just starting out. But I'm going to use this type of ribbon here. It's a little bit thicker. And you could use lace, whatever you'd like, as long as it's strong enough to hold. And the pattern for a French memo board is usually an X. So it usually comes down as several X's and it looks like an argyle. So the way you would do that is you can start with the shoulder. Oh, one more step that I didn't show you. A good idea is to, so that those eyelets poke through, just cut a tiny hole right in the T-shirt here, right where the seam is there, so that you can poke, whoop, there you go. You can poke this through, put one thumbtack in here. So you're going to, if your ribbon is a little bit thick, bring it down this way, and now put another thumbtack about there. You're making like a triangle. There we go. And then another one over here. And then you could trim off the bottom and then continue. Now I know that my niece loves to dance, so I wanted to do it according to her hobby. So we could add some decorations to this, like a little frame up here. I got this at the craft store and it only cost $1. So your decorations don't have to be expensive. You can just take a little bit of hot glue and glue it on. It'll stay really well. Just press it down for a minute. And then I found my old ballet shoes. These were probably my first ones, and they're well worn. So I figured, well, maybe I could kind of put them together like that and then tack them on. That way, if my mom decided that she wanted to keep them as a keepsake and not hot glue them down, she could just take them right off, see? Then you have these, and you could continue with the ribbon so that you have a place to put your little pictures like this one. Now as you see, I have an X pattern with this one. I wanted to make it more like a little bit of a baseball diamond in there, so I put an X pattern all the way across, and then I just did two going this way. And here, so my nephew who loves the Mets, so I made it Mets colors, and we were able to put in a picture of me and my dad in there so that he doesn't forget us, and a little Pez dispenser in there. And you could put little notes on there, quizzes on Friday, hopefully he's prepared. And this one I did for my niece, and she also loves Project Runway, so she's aspiring to be a fashion designer. So I took all of the fashion little, these are buttons, and I just cut off the shanks in the back with a shank plier. And then I just put some rhinestones on here, and I used the thumbtacks here that could be used to put the notes on as decoration for the collar, and she can put in her little puppy in there. So basically all you're going to need for this project, let's review that. You're going to need ribbon. Any type of ribbon will do, as long as it's strong. Now lace is good for just decoration, but I would use an actual ribbon for the crisscrosses, because you're going to need to stick things in there, and it needs to be as tight as possible, not like this. If I had more time, I would be making it much tighter. And you'll need some decorations, and you can get anything. Okay, yeah. You'll need some decorations, and you can use anything that you can put on with a hot glue gun. It works well, and you can get them in the dollar store or in the craft store. you'll need a frame or a canvas, and I used here 12 by 16 canvas or an 8.5 by 11 frame. You'll need cork board to glue over it with hot glue, and you'll need a little kit that you can get anywhere at near the frame section in the dollar store. It's just has all this stuff to hang a frame. You'll need the wire. This is the wire that comes in there, and you'll need these little eyelets. When you're done with your frame here, and it's all decorated and everything is dry, you'll also need the thumbtacks, by the way. So you also need thumbtacks. You can edit that in. All right. And they come in great colors too. I chose some colors for the Mets one, so they look like little balls. And when you're all done with decorating this, you'll need to hang it like a t-shirt on a wall. So you can take any type of hanger. A tube hanger or a wire hanger works well for this one. So that's where your eyelets come in. You're going to take the wire and you're going to string it through the eyelet part like this. I'll show you with one here. You'll just take about 6 inches of wire, trim it off with a scissor, and you're going to stick it through the hole here. You see that? And then you can twist it around so that it stays, or you can knot it, make a knot in, you know, like you would tie your shoes. And then you're going to wind it around the hanger. So I'm just going to take the hanger right here. This is the type that I have here. And you split it open like that. And then you can just wind it around the hanger right there, like that. Now, of course, I would be sliding it through so that it's even, but I'm just showing you the one that I have here. And then you can cut off the excess and then just wind it around. And then you've got your final project here. You got your French memo boards. You can hang them in your dorm room, and you can also have pictures of your family, reminders for yourself, and then you won't feel so far from home. You'll have all your familiar things, and it only costs you about $5. Thank you for watching the craft section today, and the craft column appears every Thursday and on recordonline.com.